Hi everybody, and welcome back to Axion Token channel. So in this video we're going to look at what are NFTs. Now a lot of people in crypto ask what these are, especially people that are new. What are NFTs? And so we're going to get into that in this video. We're going to be going through Cointelegraph article, and I'm going to be adding a lot of insights and comments to that, particularly around projects and technology. What are the best ones as well? So get into this, and what might their value be to you if you're going to invest in them, for sure. So this article is entitled "What are NFTs and why are they revolutionizing the art world in particular?" But they're also going to be affecting DeFi investments and stuff like that too coming up. So pretty awesome stuff, and I'm going to give you some insights into some of the groundbreaking stuff that's happening there. Let's get straight into it. The crypto community's ability to innovate is surpassed only by its influence in setting new trends, as evidenced by the rise of non-fungible tokens. So that's the full name for NFTs, non-fungible tokens. NFTs are digital objects that are verified on the blockchain. So that might be like Ethereum. By the rise of on the blockchain, and hold features such as uniqueness or non-interchangeability. So really there's something that's special or unique inside that smart contract as an NFT, and also obviously non-interchangeability. They can take the form of pretty much any category, but are most notably appearing in the form of art, music, items on the blockchain-based video games and video. But that's no longer true, so it's much more than that now. It's actually going to expand into a DeFi, that is lending, investments, and things like that. So watch out for that. One area that NFTs are taking particular by storm is the art world, where digital tokens are selling for tens of millions of dollars at major auction houses and beyond. Budding artists who would once post their work for free or sell it cheap are realizing that they can get cash on their talent through the use of blockchain technology and NFTs. It's still early days for non-fungible tokens, which were thrust into the spotlight in 2017 with the decentralized application DApp called CryptoKitties, which you might be aware of. There's a lot of digitalized cats that actually can breed and create new NFTs through having breeding. So they're very popular. Where users can buy, trade, and collect virtual cats. After the NFT market ballooned by close to 300% in 2020 to more than 250 million year over year, these nifty digital assets have captured the imagination of traders and creative types alike. Now, you've got to remember those are highly volatile markets, but they can be booming as well. So just take that into account. Your NFT is only as valuable as the last person that bought it, just like any market, really. Another sign of growing adoption is the number of NFT wallets on the NFT transactions have occurred, nearly doubling in 2020 to more than 222,000 year on year. So yeah, that's also the thing, is that you can have them in your wallet, just like any token, and you can trade them and swap them over and stuff like that. You don't have to be in the crypto space too long before you hear about NFTs. You don't even have to be in the space at all. And when you do, it probably won't be long before you decide to go down the NFT rabbit hole like the rest of the community, either in the attempt to score a big sale or to scoop up some digital art to diversify your portfolio. But before you do that, it helps to have a grasp of the NFT ecosystem and what it's all about. So just remember that the value of NFTs can be volatile, and obviously if you're buying them in the top of a bull market, then you could end up getting, that could end up being a very expensive issue for you, or mistake. So just take that into account. All right. All right, so let's get straight into NFT mechanics. Non-fungible tokens appeal to collectors, investors, and traders alike. They are digital version of some product, like a piece of artwork that gives the owner the certified version of the assets. This goes a long way in places like the art world, where owning the real deal, the official unique version of an item, is much more valuable than a copy of it. Now, I actually call this the basic use of an NFT as artwork, which is really super cool for artists and stuff like that. But there's a lot more complicated NFT technology out there, like Phantasma chain. You can have a car, for example, in a game, and you can break the car into pieces, like the wheels and stuff like that, and the body of it, the chassis and stuff like that, the engines, and you can actually break that NFT into different small part NFTs, and then get some new NFTs, mix them in the middle, and create a new car and create a new NFT. So those are really the frontier. Fantastic Chain's probably got the most advanced NFT chain in the world, so check them out as well. Take the statue of David, for example. Would you rather own the original sculpture or perfect copy? The answer to that question is subjective and depends on how you value artwork. That's what I'm talking about, valuation. Just be very careful out there when you're dealing with NFTs. The same concept holds true for NFTs, where the owners of these digital assets whose proof of ownership is verified on the blockchain hold the belief that the asset will either increase or add immeasurable value to their collection. Fungibility, or the lack thereof, is at the core of NFTs value. Like the art world itself, NFTs capitalize on the idea of an author or creative genius, giving momental value to an object. So, like I say, if the artist is really well known, famous, then the art will probably hold its value pretty well. But if it's just a common artist, maybe good piece of artwork, but it may not hold up its value over time, especially in a bear market versus a bull market. There are numerous marketplaces on which users can issue or buy non-fungible tokens. Doing so generally requires processing a digital wallet along with the digital currencies to direct towards the purchase of that token that you want. There are also various ways to buy such tokens, either from direct sale or in an auction. So they're pretty popular, especially auctions are pretty neat. And obviously, Phantasma has some big ones for those. Buying NFTs does not only happen in digital forms, but also in several renowned auction houses like Sotheby's, which can sell NFTs purchased with crypto. So pretty awesome stuff there in the real world. Non-fungibility, that's a big word. The value of NFTs revolves around the non-fungible nature of these digital assets, which is the feature that sets them apart from cryptocurrencies. As NFTs and the cryptocurrencies are not the same things, each NFT has its own unique set of attributes. That's pretty really a bit like a car having its own different features, such as size, scarcity, creator, etc., and therefore cannot be interchanged with another asset. By way of comparison, Bitcoin is a fungible asset. If you are fortunate enough to own one Bitcoin, you exchange it for another Bitcoin, nothing has changed. So that's a big difference. You still have the same amount of Bitcoin to use or hold or hodl. So HODL means basically just holding on to that cryptocurrency or Bitcoin. The same holds true for fiat currencies such as the US dollar, euro, and other examples of fungible assets. $1 or euro is interchangeable. In other words, you can just swap it with any other dollar or euro note, regardless of characteristics such as the serial number or whether you've note that your pocket or your bank account. Where you get into a grey area, of course, is if you have a coin that's considered to be a collector's item, in which case this item fits the bill as a non-fungible item. Another real-world example is baseball cards, and this is hugely popular. But these have gone big through the valuations of these baseball cards have gone big swings. So just be careful out there on those two, which are more closely related to non-fungible tokens. Considering one card is not equal to another, incidentally, the concept of non-fungible tokens is not lost to Major League Baseball (MLB), which has had a big valuation, but also had a big pullback, and the National Basketball Association (NBA) and other sporting organizations, individual and team athletes. Now, those are actually tradable on crypto markets already. They had a bit of a boom and I guess a bust or pullback at least. So they'll be more volatile over time. Blockchain or bust. By some accounts, NFTs first appeared in the cryptocurrency industry in 2012 or 2013, depending on how wide of a net you cast that category. Though they didn't make their way to the Ethereum blockchain until 2017. So it's really when they first started taking off. Since then, however, most tokens live on the Ethereum blockchain. While Ethereum isn't the only blockchain on which the tokens can be built and traded, it's the most popular one. The main standard of NFTs on the Ethereum blockchain is ERC-721. So you might hear of other crypto tokens called ERC-20s, while ERC 721 is the NFT one. And basically 85% of smart contracts are pretty much on Ethereum, so that's how it plays. But like I said, there's new chains that are super fast. Obviously, Phantasma is one of them, which is a SOL token, SOUL. They also have a secondary token for the gas fees. So take that into account as well. All right, so when a transaction occurs on Ethereum, the wallet starting the process must pay what's known as a gas fee to the miners for their work. The problem with non-fungible tokens on the Ethereum blockchain is that it is an expensive network at the moment, and these gas fees can reach unreasonably high numbers when the demand for makes a transaction is high. Obviously, Phantasma doesn't have that because it's pretty close to zero on there. For example, the price attached to an NFT might be as little as $60, but of that could be spent on fees to make the transfer of token possible. This pretty much dampens the fun out of the experience of using Ethereum for engaging with NFTs. In some rare cases, the gas fee can exceed the cost of the asset, so it could not be worth waiting for the demand on the blockchain to lower, that's paying lower fees and for the transfer. So basically, it's waiting until the gas fees are lower to do your transfer. The higher prices are a function of the popularity of the NFTs, of course, coupled with the lack of scalability of the current version of Ethereum blockchain. Scalability issue is poised to change as the project moves from the proof of work consensus algorithm to proof of stake, that's for Ethereum, to Ethereum 2.0, what is known as Shift Ethereum 0.20. Until then, token creators, of course, have to decide whether the lofty fees are worth it or if they should give another blockchain a try or ban NFTs altogether. And that's what I'm saying. So actually, Phantasma is cross-chain with Ethereum as well. So they actually bridged over and they're super cheap as well. I raised Phantasma because really are the frontier of blockchain and also NFT technology, because you can break, like I say, a car apart into different pieces, put that car back together as a new car, and sell it NFT, trade the NFT. So you can see what I mean. Most NFTs are not anywhere near that ability. You can look at other gaming ones, for example, like Engine or Wax. They're miles behind that level of technology. All right, so NFTs rock the art world. So that's a big application, of course. Prehistoric cave art dates back to as far as the lower Paleolithic era, or the Old Stone Age. We're somewhere between 2090 BC and 700 BCE, and basically BC. Art has come a long way from the cave paintings and rock carvings. However, the NFTs are giving creative types new ways to generating income from their work and capturing new followers. If you are wondering how non-fungible tokens have changed the art world, look no further than at Christie's, an auction house with a history of more than 250 years. So it's one of the big auction houses in the world. That is where digital artist Mike Winkelmann and aka Beeple famously sold one of his pieces every day, the first 5,000 days. That's what it was called, in a JPEG format for $69 million US. So those really is the top end, but that's some crazy stuff right there. It was a sign of the times that proved just how much the blockchain space has influenced modern art. But obviously, he's a famous artist. This price tag places Beeple among the top three priciest living artists in terms of amount generated through an auction. And while you may see NFTs hanging in the museum, like some of Christie's other famous sales, you can be assured that the owner gets to enjoy bragging rights while the art can be verified on the blockchain. That's a very important part, that you can do that. That's probably the most important part about the blockchain. Beeple's story is also significant because his participation in the fine art world only began when he stumbled upon NFTs, showing how quickly a new artist can become a phenomenon in this age of digital art. And obviously, there's a lot of artists now doing that with NFTs. Once Christie's announced that it was auctioning off a Beeple NFT, Asian investors were first in line, with nearly 1/5 of 33 bidders for the digital art coming from that region. Singapore cryptocurrency investor Meta Coven ultimately prevailed in the auction. Beeple is not the only one making it big from the NFTs. Take CryptoPunk's collection of 10,024 by 24 pixel eccentric characters, including zombies and aliens. So it's a bit of fun there. Built on the Ethereum blockchain. CryptoPunks, which claims to have created the maiden NFT on Ethereum and served as an inspiration for the market, has caught on like wildfire at the time. So obviously that's probably changed since then. So just check that out yourself. Like Beeple, these digital artists have made it big from the NFT artwork, including a sale of 9 portraits that went for close to 17 million, also at the Christie's auction house. The limited edition nature of CryptoPunks makes them so valuable. For example, CryptoPunk 365 or 635, which was part of the group of 9, dons sunglasses and blue face. It's one of the mere 9 alien portraits in the lot. So a bit of fun there. You can see how much fun you can have with NFTs. Not to be outdone, musician Grimes jumped on the NFT bandwagon, making roughly 6 million from selling a collection of digital artwork and videos. Her top piece was a video dubbed Death of the Old, of which there is only one of its kind. The NFT alone went for close to $389,000. So definitely you can get NFTs up in the millions there, up in the big thousands. But once again, you got to be careful with what you pay, who's actually making the art, that sort of thing, and what if you're in a bull market or bear market. So just be careful out there. Gaming and NFTs perfect together, and this is a big explosion place, and this is, I think, one of the biggest applications as well, not just artwork but the actual gaming. NFTs have also left their mark on the cryptocurrency gaming industry, already making it an impact on the overall gaming scene. CryptoKitties was the first one to combine features of gaming with NFTs in 2017, issued digital cats on the blockchain and giving users the ability to interact and trade with them. The model was so successful that it caused the Ethereum network to be clogged by a high volume of transactions for a short while. Since then, gaming has become a key use case for NFTs, and it's only bigger. So Phantasma's huge. They've got heaps of gaming partners. Obviously, you've got Engine out there as well with gaming, and Wax, which is another big one. But really, it is able to monetize those games as well. So if you're playing, you're going to get the benefit of trading maybe a gun or a sword or something like that. So it really is pretty huge. Land, of course, you've got the Decentraland project, which has land, which is selling for extreme amounts of money, especially for locations, just like in the real world. So some pretty amazing stuff. So check out Decentraland as well. Since then, gaming has become a key use case for NFTs, which isn't too much of a stretch given the nature of in-game sales for products like skins and more that has already gripped the traditional market. So skins might be, a cover for a gun or some clothes that you might have, that sort of thing. When it comes to NFTs, there has been a crossover between traditional gaming companies and decentralized startups. Both sides look to capitalize on digital cards, artwork, and even fashion on the blockchain. Like I say, Phantasma's the head of that. Check out Phantasma Soul, Soul on CoinGecko. Uh, Amazing. So I might leave a link in the video description for you. NFTs fit gaming like a hand in a glove, and pairing is sure to continue to disrupt the industry as gamers seek not only to score as competitors, but also as investors and as an income. So you can earn a good income off NFTs, especially if you're making them in the game. So pretty neat. Security and functionality, of course. Just because there's no physical safe from which to steal NFTs doesn't mean that security isn't an issue. Similar to cryptocurrency industry itself, the NFT industry remains a nascent market in which developers are working out some of the kinks and users are getting educated. In the interim, there are sure to be some bumps in the road. NFTs had made it into the limelight even as the architecture is still being built, which could be a recipe for disaster if it falls into the wrong hands. Obviously, NFTs boomed pretty well when the Bitcoin that were booming a couple of months back, and they certainly got valued as one of the better industries. Obviously, we had also exchanges and good DeFi, especially stable coin DeFi, doing particularly well as well. We also have bridges doing well, so we swap between different chains that were doing well, but NFTs was right up there as one of the sectors in crypto that was doing super duper well in terms of pricing. Newbies in the crypto industry may still be struggling to send Bitcoin or Ether to the right addresses, while with the rise of NFTs, and they have to learn about MetaMask wallets, and which is on the Ethereum chain, and various blockchains on which NFTs can be built. It can all be overwhelming to the new user and could lead to mistakes that are not cannot be done undone in the decentralized world where there is no third party or returns funds or products to the rightful owner. Meanwhile, there's also security issues at play. While the immutable nature of the blockchain is meant to prevent fraud, it hasn't stopped scams from happening in the NFT space. Bad actors find a way to infiltrate budding markets, and NFTs have been no exception, including when it comes to copyrights. So, according to social media accounts, of course, scam artists have managed to capture the tweets of some accounts and turn them and sell them as NFTs of their own. That's the other thing, is getting copycats like that doing it. While the industry caught wind of this behavior, and Twitter has since cracked down on it as an example of scams that can still run rampant in the budding markets, and there are lots of innovations in that space. So take care out there. Future outlook, of course, the NFT market has achieved much of its impressive growth over 1 year. In 2020, most of the popular NFT platforms weren't even around yet, while the start of 2021 was met with an unprecedented surge in activity and trade volume. I think 2020 was really the development period for a lot of the advanced stuff like Phantasma, and now they're on the market and they're really changing the game, monetizing games and all sorts of stuff, and as well as artwork and the likes. Was met with unprecedented surge in activity and trading volume. Even if this trend continues at a slower pace, the overall rate of adoption of NFTs will still likely be unprecedented in years to come. I think it's going to be a booming market. And is it going to be the most valuable market on average? I don't think so, but I think over time the adoption will be much easier to adopt than even cryptocurrency itself, particularly through games and artwork. While non-fungible tokens can be difficult to value, features such, and that's important, the non-fungible tokens can be difficult to value, and talk about that in a second. Features such as uniqueness, tradability, talent, and whether the original artist is behind the sale all play into the price. The next wave of NFTs market could see the tokens make their way into yet another craze that has taken the crypto market by storm, decentralized DeFi. And that's exactly where I see it going. And I think if you're going to look at Wise Token Group with WiseB, they look like they have a solution coming up for what they call collateralized NFTs. and that will be a way to value an NFT, which has been the big problem. And so they say that they've got a solution coming out later in this year. So watch out for that. That'd be Wise, and they do Wise on ETH and Wise on Binance Smart Chain called WiseB. They're going to be coming out with a collateralized NFT, which will be the holy grail of NFTs. They have found a way of valuing the NFTs, which is always the difficult part. So that's going to be pretty amazing. I'll leave a link in the video description to that too. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this one. This is an introduction to what are NFTs or non-fungible tokens, and hopefully this is a good introduction. Now, NFTs are expanding on multiple platforms, blockchain platforms, multiple types of sectors, from art to DeFi. So it's a lot to learn. Hopefully this is a good introduction. Get out there and start learning and enjoy yourself. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Hit the bell for notifications. And if you want to join this channel as a member, hit the join button. I've got a couple options there that you can enjoy. Until next time, catch you then. Cheers.